Amazing wisdom.
Entrepreneurs,
business leaders,
Success.
CEOs,
Amazing success.
around the world.
This is the Success Nuggets Podcast. Have you ever wondered what you could learn and how inspired you'd be if you asked incredible people from around the world about the patterns that drive progress? Get ready to dive into a world of insights and inspiration. This is the Success Nuggets Podcast with the founder of the Digital Lightbulb and your host, David Abel.
How's your definition of success now? Has it changed much?
That's a great question. If you would have asked the 30-year-old version of high performance Dustin, my definition of success would be different. It would have been if I only had a Maserati. Well, I got the Maserati. I didn't feel any more successful. It actually was a distraction because once you get something nice, you want something nicer. Once you get a big house, you say, God, it's too small. You want something more. So I'm not possession driven. My definition is if I can bring together people into a place, let's say my friends, buddies, and I'm able to give them something. I'm able to give back. I'm telling you, I love lifting other people. I love to make people shine and meet whatever their greatest ambitions are to be part of that journey. That's what fuels me. I love seeing people smile. I love seeing people tell me the wins. Now, I'm not Mother Teresa. I like to make money in the process, but money is not my sole motivation of being together with businesses or business owners.
Yeah. When you create the events, which are always with a ton of sophistication, you're charismatic, you lead the audience who are...
Keep the compliments going, David. I got to go on more shows. I like you.
How do you select who feature in either your events, your podcast, or your other journalistic pursuits?
I wish I told you there was like a recipe. There's not. I like to bring together, and I hope that no one gets offended by this, but I like to bring together what we would say are A players, B players, C players. Not everybody on your Major League Baseball team or everybody on your soccer team, football team are considered A players. They're not. They're really amazing, incredible. But if you compare yourself to Ronaldo, are you really that good? If you compare yourself to Messi, are you as talented as Messi? And some people are at that level of mastery that they have this innate ability to communicate. It's just easy. You get it.
I feel there's been a bit of a shift in the world during COVID on self-care. Where were you before and after?
I wasn't. I didn't believe that I needed it. I thought that my brain is unique. I'm able to control it. I can handle stress levels pretty well. When I'm down, I have this unique ability to kind of bring myself up. I'm a forever optimist. As one of my business mentors, Dan Pena, says, you're naive. But I turned 43. For those that want to know, I'm a 41-year-old man. When I turned 40, I realized that self-care was needed. I wasn't recovering the same. So I knew that I needed to change something. And I had already been into the gym. Gym's always been part of sometimes I'm the guy getting arthritis in his fingers, on his cell phone the whole time. But it was maintaining that, getting back to the gym. COVID took me out. I wasn't running. I don't like running. I do it. It's like torture. I don't know. Somebody's bodies were meant to run. Mine seemed to be that it wasn't. But I started to find this gift even more so of writing. Well, I had been a writer for years. I spent even more time. So being a senior editor for Forbes, you'd say, but you write. And I go, yeah, but I needed to write even more. I went back to doing the things that I loved. I had something to look forward to, something that wasn't about money, something that was about refueling me. And that's when I went on this journey of creating these events around the world. Call it mastermind groups, call it master classes, call it just some cool people hanging out.
Before we close the show, Dustin, I am fascinated by the New York Explorers Club. That I think was probably a moment in your life that changed a lot. What techniques, perspectives did you adopt? And was there any incredible stories you could share there with us?
That took an incredible amount of courage. I had a person on my show. I was new to podcasting. I hadn't figured out how to do it yet. I just believed in being me, not to be Joe Rogan or any other person you see on TV. Now, you can take some of their tips. You see certain mannerisms, the way that they talk to guests. And I had this gentleman, Richard Weiss. At the time, he was the president of the Explorers Club. I had him as a guest on my show, and it went incredible. We just connected. And you'll know in the moment, you'll meet people. And some people, it's just easy. Conversation is just easy. I think it's this frequency. I don't believe in this whole energy thing. Occasionally I do drop the word energy, but I believe in frequencies. That sometimes you're on the right frequency. Your brain, it is certainly on a direction where it's so curious that it's asking the right questions of someone that is a master of what they do. And at the end of the show, he said, hey, look, this went great. If you'd like to interview any of the explorers, let me know. I thanked him for his time. The show went up, and I believe in excellence when you're creating content. The show went up, and he said, we've got this thing coming up. It's like in a month. It's going to be in Lisbon. The explorers are all meeting for their annual meetup. Would you like to come and interview them? And of course, my response, always thinking bigger, can I film it? Do you have any experience at all filming? Nope. But I've learned this, Mr. Weiss, that there is someone who it's their dream to film. So I will find the team in Lisbon that it's their dream. This is the thing that they have dreamed about, to create documentaries. I'll find them. He agreed. I went online. I found a number of different filming companies there in the region. I found one that was clearly a great fit and also was a good price. And the next thing I know, it felt like a blink. I'm on a flight to Lisbon, and I'm filming a documentary that ultimately I called The League of Explorinaires. And it's on Amazon Prime and a number of other filming platforms. So that happened just based upon, here's the invitation. I invite people to do some of the most amazing things around the world. And I am shocked how many people turn me down for reasons. Oh, the money. I go, I didn't have the money. I didn't have an additional $25,000. I got a family to support. This was 2019. I didn't have the money to do it. Okay, I'm going to find the money to do it. Because in these moments that can change your life, they can change the way not just you think, but they can bring activity. Activity creates activity. I have found it every single time. Now, one might argue, don't confuse activity with results. I go, I agree. But when you're around people who are masters, who are ultra successful, I'm around Fabien Cousteau, the Cousteau family. Long story short, that film opened doors. Next thing I know, I'm filming a TV commercial, Buzz Aldrin, because it started in Lisbon. Yeah. And then from there to Monaco. And then Monaco became the senior editor. All because I said yes to an invitation. I didn't even know how I was going to accomplish it, but I knew there was someone out there that could help me get it done.
It has been wonderful having you today, and thank you for your time. Do you have a one golden nugget that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah. Success leaves clues. The clues are everywhere. I'd encourage you today, tomorrow, next week, next month, start writing down notes. Put it into your calendar of the clues you found. All right, clue number 1, clue number 10, clue number 30. Start making your list of all these clues that you find. And at the end, you'll look at it and go, wow, that is a recipe for success.
Wonderful. Thanks for being our guest. That is the first episode of Series 2. I'm not sure how we're going to top it, but next up we have Devon Harris, who was in the Jamaican bobsleigh team. You know Devon, Dustin?
I have gotten to meet him once. An exceptional human, amazing story, and he'll make for an incredible interview. So Devon, you got it. It's your turn now.
Join David and his incredible guests next time on the Success Nuggets podcast. And to find out more, visit onegoldennugget.com. Thank you for listening.